dudded out on us. Anyway, that's the point of this. It's like we actually get out there and eat that food, something amazing happens. Superfoods and wild foods. And we do it at a rate that's appropriate to us and that makes sense. Superfoods are really, really accessible and easy for us to get at and can be added to our normal meals. For example, Super Goji Girl puts ungodly amounts of spirulina on every salad. Now, I like the taste of it, but after a while it's like, whoa, it's a little bit too much protein. But if you need that protein, there's a great way to do that. Goji berries now suddenly become available to us. The bee products suddenly take on a whole new meaning in light of the bee problems that we're having, which is, by the way, not affecting the organic bee industry, which ought to tell us a lot. And special things like cacao and maca that we get from South America, these are really finally coming to their place in the market, where instead of having these major foods processed by a mega industry or completely blocked from us, now everything suddenly becomes available. And in the age of information, all knowledge is available. So there's no incurable situation. There is no dead end. When you've tried everything, you haven't tried anything. I've seen it. People come and say, I've tried everything. I have this toenail fungus, I've tried everything. Let's get a blank piece of paper out. I want you to write down for me everything you've tried. It is, I'd say, 1 out of every 50 people that I put that onto gets past 3 items that they've tried. And where we've got to be is 150 things that we've actually tried if we expect results. Thomas Edison, it was how many things he tried? 10,000? Right? If he had 9,999, he could have just said, I've tried everything. So if we are really, committed to being here in this dimension, on this planet, in this body, and really making a difference here, then proper nutrition is absolutely where the rubber hits the road. That is, I'm sorry, you are what you think about all day long, or the law of attraction and The Secret. Those are child's play compared to you are what you eat. You are what you eat trumps every one of those laws. All the success laws begin with one thing: you are what you eat. We're not in this place of like, it's all fine and dandy, let's eat candy. We tried that one. What happened? Gave all our power away to hospitals, doctors, police, etc., etc., etc. And how do we actually regain our freedom? We take our power back completely and we say, I am totally responsible for having the best health ever. No one outside of me is responsible. It's nobody else's fault. If they're dumping chemicals on us with chemtrails in the atmosphere, it's our job to protect ourselves. That's taking full responsibility. And then we automatically begin to reverse the problems in our world, which have all been chipped away at our taking responsibility for ourselves. Every single situation, every doctor, every military warplane, every single gun is a little bit of our responsibility that we've given away to someone else. And so we take our power back. And there is one person's attitude who we can control. There's one person's destiny who we can't control. There's one person's goals who we can't control. There's one person's awareness who we can't control. Who is that? Ourselves. And we've heard this before, we create our own reality and that we are the world. That's been my experience that that's true. That inside us, if actually everything is paradise inside of us, there is no problem out there. The only real problem is taking full responsibility and re-internalizing all those things that we gave away. And we gave them away without thinking, without cogitating on it. And now it's time to cogitate on it. Like, okay, now how do we get back to zero? Not only how do we get back to zero so that we're completely healthy, but how do we activate otherwise dormant powers that have always been there? It's amazing how incredible the human species is to be actually surviving on Fruit Loops. Think of the milk products. Pus-filled, that's true. Chalk-filled, true. Pesticide, larvicide, fungicide, herbicide-filled, true. Hormonally altered, true. Genetically modified food fed, true. Milk, homogenized and pasteurized, I forgot about that. We're eating that every day in America. Everybody's eating it all the time. We're like 0.1% in this room right now of the consciousness. By the way, out there, is it consciousness low? It's more like consciousness no. So we've got to come from a place where, hey, every single individual, we are working with them like a locked treasure box, and we have to become extremely clever how we unlock that box instead of saying, you're an idiot, you should be doing this. Because that's not superhero behavior. That's a behavior of giving away our power. Like, we don't know how to help this person, so we just unload on them. So we've got to come to that place where we are actually with the program completely, where every single person is a locked treasure chest, and if we're clever enough, we can figure out how to unlock or open that door. And we're not to blame them. Like, I blame my grandmother because she didn't get it. What was really going on?
You did.
I didn't get it. I wasn't smart enough or clever enough to get it so that she could get it. Right? So I got into my own thing. That's where we're at right now. We're not in a place where we're ever giving away our power in any circumstance. Each one of us, individually may be the tipping point. Collectively, we could probably really pull something off if we really get into our power. Who we really are, what our capabilities are, where our strengths are, and work on our strengths. I learned in school when I was very young that you got to work on your weaknesses. Later I found out you got to work on because you don't have time for your weaknesses. That's something you learn over time, is that you don't have time for your weaknesses. You got to work on your strengths. That's where the focus needs to go, because that's where your mission is. Your mission is in some strength that you have somewhere.